you down, Chance.
It's, well, both of us.
You're doing it right.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh Nation and Katzie. It's a great honor to be here with you this morning, and congratulations to all the students who are graduating today. A very quick prayer and we'll get the event going. Great Spirit, thank you for bringing us together today, and thanking the community from which the students came from and their families for allowing them to spend time with us, and just a very special blessing on the path they will be taking after today, all my relations. And it's an honor for me now to introduce the Chancellor of SFU.
Thank you to Elder Margaret, a member of SFU's Aboriginal Elder Program, who shared her words of welcome for us on this sunny morning. I'd like to also acknowledge that we find ourselves on the traditional territories of the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Coquitlam peoples. What a privilege it is to be here today. I'd like now to invite Ms. John V. Indatisa, who is an undergraduate student in the Ph.D. School of Business and a member of the SFU choir, and she will lead us all in singing O Canada. Jean V.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well done, thank you.
Thank you. I now call upon the president of our university, Professor Andrew Petter.
Thank you. Madam Chancellor, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty members, staff, and most especially graduates, family, and friends. It's my privilege to preside at this culminating celebration of your education at Simon Fraser University. As this ceremony unfolds, our message to you is clear. As each of you receives your degree, I and my colleagues on stage, together with the entire Simon Fraser community, want you to know how proud we are of you. We've seen your work, we've admired your performance. Your degrees are not merely documents of accreditation, they're a living testament to the faith we have in your ability to flourish in a changing world. And that's a good ability to have, because this world is most assuredly changing. A recent Oxford University study estimated that 47% of current jobs will be automated out of existence over the next 20 years. When I attended university, lo, those many years ago, I was encouraged to believe that if I planned my career well, it could serve me for a lifetime. In today's dynamic world, the notion of a lifelong career is as outdated as many of the careers for which I might have planned. The need to plan one's future has been overtaken by the need to equip oneself for multiple futures, many of which are yet unknown. This point was driven home last spring at our annual SFU Public Square Community Summit, which explored the future of work. One of the main presenters was American political activist and commentator Van Jones. Jones had been thinking about different concepts of time, and he'd been looking at how our changing perceptions of time have affected our approaches to work. In the agrarian age, he noted, time was conceived of as circular. Life revolved around daily and seasonal cycles. The sun came up, the sun went down. Spring gave way to summer, which faded to fall and turned to winter, only to begin the cycle again. Tomorrow was the same as yesterday. In this era of circular time, Jones noted, the most important value for survival was preservation. Preservation of culture, of knowledge, of ritual, and most practically, the preservation of seeds. Then came the industrial age, a period of transformation and change. In this era, time became linear, the past behind you, the present with you, the future in front, but still distant. Jones compared the industrial era to being on a train with the track ahead leading to a new destination. In this era, this unfolding environment, the key value for survival was planning. One could look ahead and prepare for a lifetime of well-ordered tomorrows. But the industrial era has given way to a digital age, which Jones said, the future is no longer content to wait as our plans unfold. Rather, Jones said, the future is onrushing. It's coming towards us at an ever-increasing speed, hastening changes that overwhelm our ability to plan. So today, the key value for survival is not preservation or planning, but rather adaptability, or as Jones calls it, the capacity to pivot. It's a compelling analysis, though I would argue that adaptability has always been an important attribute. There's a quote chiseled into the floor of the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco that was originally attributed to Charles Darwin. It says, "It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change." It's a tribute to the California Academy's own adaptability that they've since rubbed out that mistaken attribution and given proper credit to Leon Megginson, a professor of management studies, who wrote those words in 1963 as part of a reflection on Darwin's work. So how do you learn to be adaptable? Well, I'd argue you choose to study at an institution like Simon Fraser University. As Canada's engaged university, we've enabled you not only to gain knowledge of the disciplines you've studied, but also to think critically, to solve problems, and to make your own decisions. We've offered you diverse learning experiences, including opportunities to study at 3 distinct campuses, to learn in the classroom and in the community, and to gain intercultural understanding and international perspectives. In sum, your education has been all about equipping you with the knowledge, aptitudes, and skills required to be adaptable citizens and to thrive in a rapidly changing world. As you embark now from this stage of your education, as you embrace a future in which you are likely to have multiple careers, you will need to continue learning and updating your skills. Thanks to your education here, you will do so based on a strong foundation. You can also welcome the future as members of an adaptable community of over 155,000 SFU alumni living in 141 countries around the world. And when you need to update your knowledge and skills, when you confront issues outside the scope of your expertise, we at SFU will be here for you. So stay in touch. In the years to come, the relationships that you formed in your time here with friends and colleagues, with faculty and mentors, will serve you better than any single lesson. For now, this is your time. Seize it with confidence and with optimism. Share it generously with those you love and just as generously with those who don't have your advantages. We will only survive in this changing world if we can all adapt and flourish together. Congratulations all. Madam Chancellor, a member of the SFU faculty will be addressing. The members of the graduating class will now be presented to the Chancellor to be admitted en masse to their degrees. Will the graduands please rise? Pretty good-looking group, don't you think? Madam Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of this university, and I request that you confer upon them degrees for which they are now recommended.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees. The graduands may now be seated.
The members of the graduating class will now be presented individually to the Chancellor, but first, a few requests. Would you please refrain from applauding the individual members of the graduating class until each group of degrees has been conferred? This does not apply to the conferral of doctoral degrees, and obviously we can't forbid spontaneous outbursts of enthusiasm, nor would we want to. As a courtesy to others, please remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony, and I'd ask the graduates to please return to your seats following receipt of your degrees. However, doctoral graduates should join your colleagues on the platform. The degrees in the Faculty of Applied Sciences, the Faculty of Communication, Art, and Technology, and the Faculty of Health Sciences will now be conferred. Madam Chancellor, Dr. Zoe Druick, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies, will announce the names of the students earning graduate degrees.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. The graduands will be hooded by Dr. Eugene Fiume, Dean of the Faculty of Applied Sciences. Poovanna Chapadura Timaya.
Congratulations, well done.
Fatima Etalakfar.
Dima, congratulations.
Alexander Garonsky.
Will the graduating class please rise? I congratulate each of you on the completion of your degree. This is an impressive achievement, and I ask your friends, family, and members of the platform to join me in applauding the amazing graduating class of Fall 2018. Now, let's not forget all those who helped you to get here. I invite the members of the graduating class to reciprocate by applauding your family, friends, faculty, staff, indeed all of those who helped you to achieve your goals. Please be seated.
Friends, this completes the formal awarding of degrees. Some graduands recommended by the Senate for degrees today have been unable to be present, and their names have therefore not been read out. I now admit them to the appropriate degrees as shown in the program. And I have a few thank yous to express. First, to all of you for making time to join us on this celebratory day. To the many volunteers, staff, and faculty members coordinated by Ceremonies and Events Office and Student Services who've worked together to run a smooth Convocation Day, and they are the ones that make sure that the sun is shining, so we have special thanks to them. Thank you, yes. And to the members of our six-time world champion Simon Fraser University Pipe Band for their contribution to Convocation, and they will be performing for us again after the ceremony in Freedom Square behind the platform. Can we thank them all? This brings to a close the formal part of this morning's convocation. You are all now invited to attend a reception in the James Douglas Room behind the platform. I ask that you kindly please rise and remain standing at your places until the platform party has recessed. Thank you all.